going on, guys? We're here back with another brand new video, a new episode of Lulu's Answers. Our questions were submitted via anywhere on social media as well as our support forum, which you guys can check out later on in the video. It's in the description section below. But other than that, let's get into answering these questions. You got the questions, we got the answers. Let's jump right into it.
Lisa Marie X3 says, I have a tragus piercing, but can't remember what size jewelry I have on. It's a pushback. I know it's an 18 gauge, but not sure how to figure out what size is the post or what jewelry I should buy that would fit and not be too small. Please help.
This question, which we call a premium question. We do have a premium option as well too if you want to get your questions answered rapidly. There's a service for you to do that ASAP. But to answer your question, pushback. Now let's talk about some pushback jewelry compared to a flatback. Pushback jewelry is the one that click into place. Flatback are the ones that screw into place. So she is saying she's got 18 gauge post, which is the thickness. 18 gauge being 1 millimeter for the thickness of the post. She wants to know how long she should buy the shaft or the post. Now, different sizes, if you do have a heel piercing, you usually get that 1/4 inch, which is that 6 millimeter, or if it's still kind of fresh, you usually opt for the 5/16 or 8 millimeter. So the best way to know this is to go in person and get it checked out. That way it's correctly measured for you.
Ariana Martin says, at what point is it too late to self-treat a piercing bump? It's been maybe 5-ish years since I got my helix pierced, and because I was a stupid 15-year-old that didn't know any better, it was done with a gun, and I never thought about the bump that formed until recently. I think it looks ugly, and I just want to know if it's something I can fix at this point.
A very, very, very awesome question. Really thank you for that. I'm gonna put you on the bus on this one. It's getting pierced with a gun. You're not immune to it. You've seen it so many times on the channel that people get issues with this. But as far as treating self bumps or piercing bumps, remember, piercing bumps are not keloids. They're completely different. If it's been already around 5 years-ish, it's at the point where you can't self-treat this at home. This is where you have to go talk to a doctor or dermatologist where they can treat that for you. They know how to do it better. But usually if you do get a piercing bump, initially it happens where there's excessive movement or trauma to the area where causes the tissue to push out. Usually what you can do is use diluted tea tree oil to kind of clean the area up, pat it dry, and after wash off over 15 minutes. If that's not working, it's been already 5 years, it's time to get some medical help. At home remedies are not gonna cut it for you. It's already transitioned into a keloid. It's a more harder scar tissue. So don't Google this, don't ask your friends because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Just go to a doctor, go to a dermatologist. They're the right people to ask.
Bird Nerd says, I have thick lobes, and when I have gotten pierced in the past, my ears stay very swollen. A few years back, I changed my post earrings to a plastic nipple ring and it healed perfectly. When going through training as a piercer, do you get training on thicker lobes?
Very awesome question. So during the apprenticeship process, they do get trained on looking out for sizing. So when people come in to get a piercing, they look for what sizing. We kind of size them up and gauge what kind of jewelry they need. So if someone comes in with a thicker lobe, we automatically know that, hey, once you do this piercing, it is gonna swell X amount of millimeters. This standard post is not gonna fit where you do need to size up for a longer shaft or post for this piercing. So they're definitely trained on doing that. So if people do have thicker ears, we automatically know that, hey, if this is gonna swell up, we definitely need more room to compensate for that swelling so it doesn't push in or sink into the ear. So definitely a great question.
Super Shaped Z86 says, can you tell me how long after I have my day piercing done I can change it?
Very great question. If you haven't seen our video plays 5 important facts about your piercing, we talk about rook, dates, all the piercings, I highly suggest you go and watch it. We talk about important factors and information about this one specifically. But to give you right here and right now, not waste your time, you're looking at generally 6 to 9 months. If all is well, it can take longer. For some people, it heals faster. The best way to know is going and get checked with your piercer and make sure it's A-okay. It should look normal, no pus, no redness. It should look like you've never got it pierced before. Hey, if you're looking for date jewelry, we got a lot of cute options on our website, lulusbody.com. You can check out the description section below. Click up here, worldwide shipment is available.
Anna Gomez wants to know what you think about the dermal piercing on the wrist and fingers and how long do they last?
Super cool question. Love dermals, they're super cool, but we've done cases where you told clients, look, we're gonna do this on your finger. We don't recommend it, but I know you really, really want it. And we're gonna tell you all the baggage you need to know before you get it done. Especially stuff on your finger and wrist. It's a very high traffic area. You wash your hands a lot, put on clothes for your wrist, your watch, your jewelry, your bracelets, so it can get caught onto it, it can pull it, and most likely they do reject more often because it's just such a high traffic area. So not the biggest fan, but you can still do it. It looks pretty cool, don't get me wrong, but mind that it can go wrong. It's 50-50 chance, and we definitely hope it doesn't, but it could still happen.
Jorday wants you to know that Harut is just too hilarious.
This was not a question, but rather a comment. I agree with you that one. I am very hilarious. Thank you. I'm giving myself a pat on the back. Award. I want to thank the Academy. I want to thank my team, my sponsors. I want to thank Lulu's for this great opportunity. I want to thank my mom, my brother. I want to thank my I also want to thank my grandma. I want to thank my girlfriend because she's been there all through my times when I was crying and cutting myself up in bed. And